G'day cheeky dogs, today we're going to be talking about the character Coco in Bluey, and is she a bully or is she just really misunderstood?
I'll be the acrobat, and I'm married to the lion tamer! Yeah! Wait, what?
So we're going to talk about Coco's character development, and specifically how she's interacted with characters like Winton and Indy, but also how she's interacted in games as well. I do also want to kind of compare her to Judo as well, because of course Judo has been kind of portrayed as a bully type character in Bluey, and this is of course before the episode Dirt.
I have them at Bluey's school. I know that. Bluey's my friend.
But I do think that Coco and Judo actually have a lot of similarities, especially with their home life as well, which could lead to them having the same kind of character development and people thinking that, yeah, maybe they are bullies.
Winton, why can't you just be good? Because I'm not good.
So let's get into Coco then. She has been in 18 episodes so far, with the most prominent ones really being Shadowlands, Circus, and Wild Girls. And the episode Wild Girls is kind of what got this conversation rolling, especially on Reddit, about what is going on with Coco and her character development as well. Because a lot of us thought that this episode would maybe find out more about her family life, and in a way, I think maybe we kind of did, but I'll talk about that in a second. Instead, I want to talk about Coco's interactions with other characters, and again, starting off with the character Winton specifically, because he's the character that she is the meanest to in this show. Now, initially when we see the first kind of interaction between Coco and Winton, it's in the episode Circus, and she's more than happy for him to join in the game. She doesn't seem to have any animosity towards him whatsoever.
Bluey, can I play with you? Oh, can Winton play circus with us? Yeah, of course. Yeah!
However, it's in the episode Typewriter that we first see her sort of negative reaction to him, and that's when he's getting like way too close, kind of invading her space, and she just doesn't look happy about it, which of course is completely understandable.
Can I sit next to you, Coco?
But stories is where things really start to change, because she of course does the ew noise with everybody else when he does the booger joke.
Achoo! Ah! Booger! Ew!
But then she goes out of her way to put him down and tell him that he just isn't good, or why can't he be good?
Winton, why can't you just be good? Because I'm not good.
Indy was very upset.
And like, she's all the way across the table from him. Like, she doesn't need to yell this out. And Calypso also doesn't say anything about this either, which I found kind of strange. But this is kind of one of those examples where we see her really being kind of mean specifically to Winton.
I'll be a pig. There's no pigs in Wild Girls.
The next episode then, where we see an interaction with them, is Wild Girls. And again, Winton here is trying to be really friendly with Coco. He wants to join in with their game at the start, and she is just super dismissive. Like, she's just being like, no, you can't because you're not in my game. And the only reason he joins is because Calypso really kind of makes her let him join her game.
Games can change a little if they need to, Coco.
But you see how much she really enjoys scaring him at the very end though.
What is it? It's the pink witch of the woods. Hey, Coco's not a pink witch. Yes, she is. She's got a broom.
So then let's talk about Coco's interactions with Indy. And although Coco, again, has been in 18 episodes, a lot of them she's either playing solo or playing with a lot of other characters, specifically Snickers, she plays with a lot. But with Indy, she only really plays with her specifically 3 times.
What do you love about playing Wild Girls?
The broom, and Indy bringing food, and I love dancing with Indy. I just like playing with Indy.
However, in Wild Girls, we learn that Indy is basically Coco's best friend. It's who she wants to play with the most. And I do think that's why she acts so mean towards Winton initially in stories, because she's kind of reacting to what her best friend's emotions are. Like when Winton does that funny gag with the glasses, Indy initially is the one who's like, oh, Winton.
Winton?
Yes?
Winton!
So perhaps Coco's reaction is seeing that her best friend is like frustrated with Winton or annoyed by him. And so that's why she feels like she has to like one-up it and kind of like back her best friend up by being like, yeah, why can't you be good? So maybe that's why she reacted to Winton that way.
Aw, that's nice.
What should we call him?
Major Tom?
But something I find really interesting in the episode Wild Girls is whilst Coco really wants to play with Indy, she doesn't really want Indy to be happy. She wants to control Indy in how they play together.
But Chloe's already playing it.
Well, Chloe can play what she wants. But you said you'd play Wild Girls with me.
Oh yeah, I did.
Now come on, go and catch some food.
Okay.
And it's this controlling aspect of her character that seems to occur over and over again that kind of gives her that concept of, is she a bully stereotype in a very like controlling, manipulative kind of manner, rather than what we would normally think of as a bully, as in someone who, you know, is just outright mean to people and saying mean things to them. And again, I do think that there's a reason behind a lot of this. I'm going to get to it, I promise.
Come on, you can help me drive.
I can't. Coco said I have to keep playing Wild Girls. Oh, okay. But I really want to play Farms.
But let's talk about her controlling behavior in the episode Shadowlands. And I saw, again, a lot of stuff on Reddit about people being like, the whole point of Shadowlands seems to like not work with the point of Wild Girls, but I think it does. I think we're just reading it the wrong way.
You always do this. Do what? Something to make the game easy for you. Do I? Yes.
So in the episode Shadowlands, Coco still wants to control the game by making it easier. She wants to take out the challenges, she still wants to be a part of the game, but she just wants to control it so that both her and her friends can get through the game.
But you can't just change the rules to make it easy this time, okay?
In the episode Circus, she wants to control the roles of the characters. Whilst everyone has said what they want to be, she's the only one who specifically wants to control another character, which in this case is Mackenzie. She wants him to be her husband. In other words, trying to make him be closer to her.
Husband, be kind to your lion.
I'm not your husband.
Sorry, Coco, he doesn't want to. Well, can't you make him?
And then again, we see in the episode Wild Girls that she again wants to control the whole game. And she wants to control Indy being close to her in this case.
Promise me you'll stay away from those farmers. They sound dangerous.
Yes, Wild Mother. I promise.
And we see this from Coco not only suggesting that this is the game they play, but her taking on the mother role in this game. Her being the mother means that she can control what they play, when they play, how they play.
Morning, wild daughters. Who's going to catch some breakfast?
Wild Mother, we got food.
Well done. Let's dance to celebrate.
She also has like this really smug, happy look when she sees that like Indy is kind of like defeated and realizes she has to play with her. And that kind of look really kind of rubbed me the wrong way. But again, it leads into the development of Coco as a character.
But you said you'd play Wild Girls with me.
Oh yeah, I did.
Now come on, go and catch some food.
Something she really tries to do with Indy is really like isolate her from everyone else. Like when Chloe wants to come in and play the game too, again, Coco's not like, yeah, sure, you can play, even though she's played with Chloe multiple times before with Indy. But she's really just trying to isolate Indy into just playing with her. Like she tells her, no, you can't play with those other people, which are the farmers. No, you can't do this. No, you can't do that. You can only play with me.
Hey Indy, look, we've got a scarecrow. Come see.
Indy?
And to the point where she even says like, yeah, that Calypso is wrong. Like she's trying to isolate Indy from her friends and from the authority figure in this situation. It's a very everyone's wrong but me kind of attitude.
Well, Calypso is wrong.
But Calypso's never wrong.
This time she is. Now, time for sleep, daughter.
So why then is Coco so controlling in these situations? And again, I think it's to do with her family. We know that Coco is the youngest of 9 kids.
Are these all your children?
Yep.
I thought Coco was your first.
No, I've got 8 kids. Wait, no, 9.
So we can assume that with all of those older siblings, that she has never been in control of a game, that she's always the one that has to do what everybody else is saying constantly, that she doesn't get to speak up. Because yeah, again, you're comparing yourself to 8 other people who are older than you, who are all probably running a game. I doubt that she's ever gotten the chance to really run it herself. And you can kind of see this as well, because Coco never really stands up to anyone who is bigger than her or older than her or in a more like leadership role than her.
Now lie down, Jumps.
For example, in the game Circus, when Hercules comes over and bosses them all around, you see Coco immediately switch. Like, she's not willing to stand up to him, to say anything to him. She just looks sad and disappointed and just accepts it as it is. Unlike Bingo, who is significantly younger, who does stand up and was like, no, I don't think so.
This is a bit boring. Yeah, let's run away. No. Stop. Hi. You can play with us if you like, but you have to play Circus.
Same thing with Bluey in the episode Circus. Bluey is, of course, the leader in this situation. And again, when Coco tries to ask her, hey, can you make Mackenzie, like, play with me? And she can't. Again, Coco doesn't stand up and be like, well, I want you to. Or she doesn't do it herself either. Like, she just accepts that Bluey's the one who will make the decisions in this situation.
Bluey, Mackenzie doesn't want to be my husband. Mackenzie, can you pretend to be Coco's husband?
But I don't want to.
Sorry, Coco, he doesn't want to. Well, can't you make him?
Which I think is also really interesting, because when she finally does get to control situations, you see, like, she really thrives off the acceptance of others. So, for example, in Shadowlands, when Snickers at the end is agreeing with her, you see how happy that makes her.
Maybe Coco's right, Bluey. Maybe we can just change the rules in Indy bit. It'll still be Shadowlands.
Same thing again in Wild Girls when Indy, finally realizes and gives in that, like, yeah, she'll just play with Coco. She gets that really smug, happy look. So why does she always want to be in control? Well, I mean, it makes sense. If you're the one in control, then you are never sad. You are never disappointed. You are not going to be the loser. And most importantly, you're not going to be left out. And as someone who is the youngest of 9 children, I'm sure Coco gets left out a lot at home. And that's why I think that she has some similarities to Judo as well. I think it's their family life at home that is making them act so controlling in the games. Judo, for example, we only ever see her some of the time. I made a big theory about the fact that I think she's a child of divorce. I'll link it up here. But she can't control that situation. She can't control when she's at her mum's or her dad's. So of course she wants to control a game with Bluey instead and be very picky about who can and can't be in it with Bingo.
My turn.
You're too small to be a caterpillar.
No, I'm not.
Now, of course, at the end, she learns to apologize and everyone's happy, and she learns to sort of like relax a little bit and just realize, like, if you play all together, then you're happy. And that's great that we see Judo in that situation, and Judo change in other episodes as well. And again, I think we do see a little bit of that change with Coco as well in each episode of her learning to try and compromise with her control to help her still feel like she has some control, but that she's also happy as well. So for example, in Circus, she does get to be with Mackenzie at the end, but not by telling him or forcing him, but by simply just waiting and then suggesting they do something together that she knows that he will enjoy. And because she's doing something that she knows that he will enjoy, like relaxing in this case, she gets to be with him and they both get to be happy.
Why don't we be the jumps?
Good idea.
Same thing in the episode Shadowlands. Again, she finally understands that taking the challenge out of the game is what makes it boring, basically. You need the challenge in the game to be fun.
That's why you can't change the rules. Because the rules make it fun.
So she still controls the game at the end with Mr. Wolf. She's still in control from her perspective, but she's able to make the game fun for everyone in it, including herself and her friends.
Maybe this one will be dinner time.
It won't. Coco always waits until we're right up next to her before she says, dinner time!
And Wild Girls, I feel like, is the accumulation of all of this. Like, this is the situation where she learns that Indy is in charge of Indy. She can't, again, force someone to do something. Instead, she has to learn how to be adaptable and flexible with how she plays a game.
Calypso, can you make Indy play with me and not Chloe?
Indy is in charge of Indy, sweetheart.
So in the end, she focuses on the fact that she wants to be in control, but she also wants to play with Indy. So how can she do that? She adapts her game so that she can be involved with Indy's game as well. So she's, of course, the Pink Witch. And by doing this, she makes Indy happy, and Indy's happy to also co-play as well between the farmers and Wild Girls with Coco too.
Winston is so scared of you. He thinks you're the Pink Witch of the woods.
Well, maybe I am. Games can change.
I'll bring more food tomorrow.
So again, even though I feel like Indy maybe compromises a bit more in this situation, Coco does change and adapt, but she's still controlling her part of the game with Wild Girls and controlling being able to get Indy to play with her by her adapting slightly as well. So that way she's not sad or disappointed anymore. So what do you think about Coco's character in general? Do you think that she is a bully, or do you think that she is just completely misunderstood with her controlling behavior because of her family aspect? Let me know in that comment section down below what you think about Coco and all of these episodes. I would love to hear about it. But while you're down there as well, don't forget to hit that like button as well as that subscribe button and that bell for notifications so you know whenever I release any other Bluey videos. Until then though, I have picked you cheeky dogs out a few other videos that maybe you would like to watch, and I will see you all in another video. Mwah! Bye!